What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about bulking, but first I wanted to kind of touch on a couple of little life updates that I haven't had time to really talk about yet because shit's been hella busy the last like 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So first thing, I mentioned it in my last video or the one before, I think, moved. We're in a new spot now. I'm now living with my friend and videographer Josh, who's behind the camera. But yeah, we moved into a new spot and I wanted to give you guys kind of a quick house tour. And then I also, which you might have briefly seen in one of the last videos, bought another bike. So I want to show you guys the new bike as well, which I'll be taking to the gym today. Dude, this is the best flavor and it's not a competition. There's
no by a mile. That's
by a mile, it's the best one. Okay, so this is the outside. We're just gonna start outside. We're not gonna take forever to do this because I know probably most of you don't give a fuck, but this is the outside. Come on in. This is my old mattress and I'm just leaving it here until I can get somebody to fucking buy it from me on Facebook Marketplace, which is a fucking nightmare. If you've ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace, you know how fucking frustrating that shit is. I'm at the point now where people like lowball me and I just say, get fucked. So we have an unnecessary amount of bathrooms. This is the upstairs bathroom that actually nobody uses. That's the laundry room, which nobody gives a shit about. This is my room. Finally got a king size bed, which is, I don't know, it's just like a milestone for me. Walk-in closet, so now I actually have room for all the YoungLA stuff. At my last place, I literally had to use like the main closet to put my clothes in because I filled my closet in my room with like literally just tanks and like cut off. So walk-in closet, super convenient. Bathroom, kind of bougie. I need 2 sinks apparently. Cool shower. This is the spare room, which we're like whole ass adults now, so we have a spare room. This is for, you know, one of my like 2 friends, Josh being one of them, when they come over. This is my office. Obviously nowhere near finalized yet, but it's definitely nice to have a room in the house that is solely dedicated to working. It increases my productivity by a lot just because I don't do anything except work in here. I'm definitely gonna like make a point of, you know, kind of customizing it, like having a sick setup, but for now I'm just, you know, working a lot, so I haven't had time to do that. This is the kitchen, which you guys have already seen before. Half bath. We don't have much of a dining room or living room, but this is the dining room slash living room. I mean, we don't really have any need for that. A little bit of a back deck, although it's not super private. An absolutely dog shit view, but it is what it is. All right, now I'll show you guys downstairs. This is like primarily Josh's domain. Should we show them your bedroom, Josh?
She's a mess, but
this is actually the second biggest bedroom in the house, which is why Josh wanted it. Totally makes sense. And then when we realized that like he can just have his office down here in the basement, then, you know, we had 2 offices and 3 bedrooms, so it's perfect. Last bathroom, Joshua's bathroom. And then this is Joshua's office.
it's coming. It's a mess, but it's coming along.
So yeah, that's the new crib. I know to some of you it may not look like much, especially compared to what some of these influencers are living in down in like Texas, for example. I know there's like huge mansions, like 6-bedroom mansions going for like way cheaper than they would go here, for example, down in Texas and other places in the States. But the housing market in Canada, specifically here or in big cities, is just not good. So I think we did pretty well. You know, I don't want to be spending a ton of money on a super bougie place to live. This is more than enough for us. And yeah, I'm just excited about it and wanted to show that to you guys. So rumor has it you want to bulk. Okay, so super simply, the reason you obviously would bulk is because when you have a surplus of calories, you're gonna have higher rates of muscle protein synthesis, elevation, and you're gonna be able to recover a little bit better, and you're more easily going to be able to put on muscle. Bulking is going to result in better growth, faster growth than like main gaining. Now, when I'm talking about bulking, I don't mean just like getting fucking fat. That is kind of like the old school style of bulking. That's what some people kind of think of when they hear the word bulking. Bulking to me is being in a conservative caloric surplus, so an intelligent amount of calories over your maintenance, such that you are slowly putting on weight. not just eating anything and everything that you want and getting fat, and that's not the way to do it. That's not bulking. Probably the most important aspect of bulking is that you want to do it slower rather than faster. So generally the rule is like gaining no more than like 1 to 2% of your total body weight on a weekly basis. That will make sure that you're gaining mostly muscle. Because the way it works is like if you are in a 300 calorie surplus or a 500 calorie surplus, maybe at a 500 calorie surplus, you're gonna gain a little bit more muscle or gain muscle a little bit faster than you would at a 300 calorie surplus. But if you go from a 500 to a 700 or a 900 calorie surplus, there's no additional benefit as far as the muscle gain goes. You're just gonna get fatter faster. So at that, there's a point of diminishing returns. And I think that's a huge, super like important aspect, especially for newbies who are like trying to bulk but don't really know how. That's really important. Gaining weight is not the ultimate goal, it's gaining muscle, right? And so you want to make sure that your surplus is sufficient enough to maximize your muscle growth, but not so high that you're getting unnecessarily fat. Some guidelines for that are like your surplus should probably be between 200 and 500 calories per day, 200 to 500 calories over your maintenance on a daily basis. More importantly, you want to cross-reference that with your body weight. So if your body weight is, you should weigh yourself every morning, you know, under the same circumstances, like before or after you use the bathroom, whatever, and then get your weekly average. And if your weekly average is increasing by more than 1 to 2% of your total body weight, then you're probably eating too much and you need to bring that calorie surplus back. So that is the kind of like fundamental, or in my opinion, probably the most important tip or insight on bulking. So a lot of people overdo it, and I think they kind of overestimate like how many calories they need. You don't actually need that many extra calories to like maximize the benefits of being in a caloric surplus. All right, so I wanted to show you guys my new bike. I picked this up, I don't know, 6 weeks ago or something like that now. It is kind of really fucking stupid to have two, it's even kind of fucking stupid to have one motorcycle, but maybe even more stupid to have two. But you guys know I have a Harley and I love her, she's awesome. But I wanted to scratch that speed itch a little bit, and this is Gleddy's bike. This is Gleddy's new bike, the blue one in the back here, but Gleddy had a crotch rocket before that one as well, so I saw him riding that and how much fun he was having. And anyway, I also wanted a crotch rocket, so I picked this up a little while ago. It's a Ninja ZX6R 2019. It's crazy to me that there are bikes that are just like, this is a 636 and it's fast as hell, and they make 1000s. So like I can't even fathom like how fast it would be to be on a 1000. This thing I'm still learning to ride. I'm still getting like used to how fast it is. Everything about it is still stock except for the back end, which this bike is absolutely filthy right now, but the back end was cleaned up. It has like the, I don't even know what you'd call that, like the tail light clean up kit or some shit. It has a steering dampener on it. It has a black like windshield on it, but it still has this ugly ass stock exhaust on it. So I'm gonna replace the exhaust with a full exhaust system. Do the catalytic, like remove the catalytic converter, which will save me some weight and maybe give me a little bit more horsepower. But yeah, that's the new bike. I just wanted to quickly show you guys before we drove to the gym, because it's kind of a big update in my life, sort of, and I want to keep you guys up to date with the fun stuff. So.
Keep holding on.
so back from the gym. I'm eating my post-workout meal now. If you guys have watched a couple of my like past videos, like my day of eating and then, you know, bodybuilding nutrition video, you're gonna notice that I eat a lot of very nutrient dense foods, and that's something that I wanna talk about with respect to bulking. Like a lot of people think bulking and then they think just like shitty food. If you eat shitty food, even if you're like hitting the right macros and calories, if you're eating shitty quality food that doesn't have a lot of micronutrient density, you're gonna feel shitty and your body's not going to essentially work as well. So you're not gonna be performing as well, you're not gonna feel as good, you're not gonna be able to put on muscle as well. If you took two people who are both eating the exact same macros, or you took actually the same person and compared them eating, you know, the exact same macros, but one was shitty food and one was good quality food, like whole foods, or at least mostly whole foods, they're gonna do better, perform better, recover better, feel better, and grow muscle better eating higher quality food. So just because you're bulking doesn't mean that you need to eat shitty food. A lot of people think you need to eat shitty food because they're like, oh, I can't get all my calories in with whole foods. To an extent, just don't be a pussy, but also you just have to plan ahead. That's the biggest thing. My biggest tip with respect to bulking is just making sure that you plan ahead. Still making sure that you're meal prepping, that you're tracking your calories and your macros, and then planning meals ahead of time, packing meals ahead of time, so that you know you're gonna have food when you're supposed to eat. That's kind of the big thing that people struggle with bulking, especially as they get into higher amounts of food, maybe toward the end of their bulk where they have really fast metabolism, whatever it may be. It's about time management. It's about like being able to, it's about forethought, being able to like plan ahead. That's huge, huge with bulking, especially if you want to make sure that you're eating good quality foods. And that's why bodybuilders are known to have brought like Tupperware containers with them everywhere they go. So just because you're bulking doesn't mean you get to eat shitty food 24/7. Trust me, not worth it. You'll feel like shit, you'll look worse, progress will be worse, etc. Just a sec, I can't focus on two things at once. Fuck's sake, man. To this day, I still can't cook eggs on a fucking stainless steel pan without burning them to the bottom or sticking them. Bullshit. So yeah, last meal of the day, just gonna be some eggs, casein protein shake, and some bread. It's not a huge meal, and that's because I've done a good job, or I do a good job, a little pat on the back there for me, of like spacing my meals out, which I kind of talked about a little bit earlier, but like, you don't want to be that person that like just hammers like 2 huge meals a day on their bulk and they're like, oh, I can't gain weight. Like a lot of people, in my experience anyway, who say they can't gain weight in a bulk, they'll wake up and have a huge breakfast and then not eat the entire fucking day, and then they'll have to catch up on their calories. They'll have to eat a huge meal at night. That's not ideal from the context of protein timing or even calorie timing. And typical bulk mistake is just trying to eat massive meals or forgetting to eat because, like I said earlier, you're not planning ahead, you're not prepping meals, bringing them with you and stuff, and then you have to kind of catch up for it, or make up for it, sorry, at the end of the day. So plan ahead, split your meals out, or you know, evenly distribute your meals throughout the day so that you don't have to eat a massive meal before you go to bed, because then when you go to bed, you're not going to sleep well because your body's going to be trying to digest a huge meal. I remember when I was bulking like 2 summers ago, you can go back on my YouTube channel and see I was eating like 6,500, by the end of my bulk, albeit I was probably too fat to be still bulking, but by the end of my bulk, I was weighing 260, 265, and I was eating 6,500 calories every day of whole foods. So like no shit food. And that was fucking hard because every meal was huge, even though I was eating 5 meals a day and timing them well. Every meal was huge. So I had to stay up late to get my last meal in or else I wouldn't hit my calories. And then I was eating at like 1 in the morning, and that's fucking my sleep schedule up. And then it's pushing my sleep schedule later and later, so that the next day I have to get up later and I can't obviously eat until I wake up. So then my first meal is at like 11 or 10 in the morning, and then I'm already behind for that day. So it's kind of like a cycle that you want to avoid, and you just avoid that by promptly eating, you know, not forgetting to eat, planning your meals, like I said, that kind of stuff. So the other thing too is like, you don't want to eat huge meals. A lot of people think that just because they're bulking, they have to eat huge meals. You're probably better off eating like more meals, but smaller meals, just because that'll kind of keep your body fueled consistently throughout the day. So in the context of muscle growth, that's a little bit better. And then you're not going to feel so full after each meal that you like have no appetite and start to hate food because you're like stuffing your face every meal. So instead of eating like 2 or 3 huge meals, which I find a lot of like younger kids do when they're trying to bulk, or people who are just new to the whole bulking process or bodybuilding in general, you're better off eating like 5 to 6 smaller meals that are just, you know, more frequent throughout the day, because then you're not going to be so full you're disgusted with food at the end of each meal. Anyway, that's the video. I just wanted to kind of touch on some things that, I mean, I would assume if you're watching my channel, you probably know like the premise of bulking. So I didn't want to go through like the super basic stuff like calculating your maintenance macros and then putting a little bit on top of that. And like, there's tons of videos on the internet, and I can do a video like that in the future that's a little bit more like basic level info, but I like to keep these videos a little bit more kind of interesting tips that you may not have heard other places before, because I find those ones are obviously more valuable and more interesting. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you learned something about bulking. I'm gonna be bulking for the next couple of weeks to months, so I'll be doing some more content on that. And yeah, if you guys like the video, sub the channel, like it, comment it, all that kind of stuff. Code Evan on YoungLA Gorilla Mind, Village Hidden in Iron, which is anime lifting equipment. All that stuff's down in the description. But as always, I appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.